Rob, I had a pretty good week. I went 4-0.
Yeah, I did not.
4-0 on my end. Yeah. Now you admitted the Louisville Kings one was weird, but I guarantee you, I'm going to make a prediction. That's the last time Rob's going to pick the Stallions, because Stallion fans, he already has a problem with you. But after that game, will you come back to the Stallions ever throughout this year?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But, 2-2 is still just fine, especially considering how my season's gone so far. I'm not hitting the panic button yet, but I did cede the season-long lead to you by, what, a game?
Two games. We were tied last week,
right.
and now I got a 2-game lead. Running out of time, only 7 weeks to go, Rob. I'm putting that pressure on you,
So we have 70% of the season still to go.
Yes, 70% of the season, but I'm nervous about Scotty Scheffler storming back. I am nervous about that. So, I got to keep my head cool and just try to get through it week by week.
All right, yeah. Well, you got to keep your head cool. Just make those set picks. So this week, we do not have a Sunday game. We go Thursday through Saturday, and we kick it off with a pillow fight, Nick. We kick it off with a pillow fight. Louisville Kings at Houston Gamblers.
Yeah, I'm pulling up. There you go. And we've got the spread right here. Louisville Kings being favored just by 2.5. How you leaning on this one, Rob?
So I'm checking one thing real quick. So when you look at the points for, points against, the Louisville Kings have only scored 49 all season. The Gamblers have scored 46 all season. However, the Gamblers have given up 101 points this season, nearly half of those this last week, versus only 63 for the Kings. And I've been saying the Kings have a decent defense. The Gamblers don't have a quarterback. The final score might be 3-0. I don't know. But where am I? Where'd I go?
Are you? Oh, sorry, Rob. Producing on the fly. Sorry, Rob. I'm doing things. Your audio is there, by the way.
I know. I know. I'm going with the Kings here.
Going with the Kings against Gamblers. Yeah, it's going to be at Houston.
Playoff eliminator here. Whoever loses, I can say confidently will not make the playoffs.
I see things that I like about the Louisville Kings. I don't see much that I like about the Gamblers. I'm right there with you. I'm going to go with the Kings on this one. I'm just, speaking of which, Rob, I know you had your power rankings out there. Here's the current ones right now, according to the league. They're putting the Houston Gamblers still at 1 and 2 in the third spot. I would put them in dead last. I'm just not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah,
I know they got to win, but
yeah. So where I disagree with this, I know the Storm are 3-0, but if you look at these power rankings, they just put the standings up. That's not a power rankings. A power rankings, you got to take more things into account. You got to extrapolate there. And I'm sorry, but the Orlando Storm have played the Kings twice and needed the refs to beat them the second time. I have the Orlando Storm 4th in my power rankings. Renegades very clearly 1. Battlehawks and Defenders are more complete teams. The Storm can vault right into number 2 this week. They can. But right now, to me, they're number 4. They got to prove it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I've got the Aviators I do not have in last because they have a competent and functional offense that is produced every week. They just got to figure it out a little bit on defense. But lucky for them, there's not a lot like if you want to struggle at one over the other in the UFL, you want to struggle on defense, not offense. So they could right the ship starting this week. But yeah, I think right now I've got the Kings at 8, the Gamblers at 7. I do have the Stallions ahead of the Aviators, begrudgingly.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'd put the Gamblers in dead last over there, and then I would they're both so similar. I see potential. These are not bad 0-3 teams. I actually think both of them have a lot of potential. I just like the Louisville Kings a little bit more than the Columbus Aviators, just because there's less turmoil. And if they get their quarterback
You put
position set up, I think they'll be in good shape.
you put the Kings defense with the Aviators offense, and you've got the best team in the league.
No joke. Yeah, that is a good observation. I am right there with
and
you. I
then
think,
and then far and away the worst team in the league if you combine the opposites of those.
yeah. Yeah. If you do the opposite, I don't know. The gamblers might have a run for their money. I'm not high on them, but
Well, with
um,
where their quarterbacks are set up, yeah.
yeah. I'm just I just don't. I think they got a bad quarterback situation. I'm trying to pull up the spread for the next game. Which one? Which one's the next one, Rob?
Renegades go to Columbus.
Cool. All
That's our
right, pulled it
Friday
up.
night game.
And the Renegades are favored by 5.5. Rob, I mean, I'm already picking the Renegades. You already know that,
Me
and
too.
I'd take the 5.5. I would go all in on this. Prove me wrong, rest of the UFL.
Yeah, and it's tough for the Aviators because they go 0-4. They're gonna have to go on a hell of a run to they they arguably can't lose again. They can maybe lose one more game. They're just I think they already gave the Renegades their best shot. I mean, did you see that hat Neuheisel was rocking in post game in the locker room?
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it as a Texas guy. You know I love that.
Honestly, if he were to walk out on the sidelines for the game in that thing, if I'm the other team, I go home. It's over. But yeah, no, Renegades. It's probably gonna 5.5. I think they probably would cover that. It won't be a blowout by any means, but it'll be competitive, but it'll be one-sided.
It should be pretty one-sided, and I love your idea because if he wore that hat, walked into the stadium, and played Stone Cold Steve Austin's music as he's walking in, no one will beat the Renegades, guaranteed. I'm calling it.
Yep. So that's our game 2, and then we have 2 Saturday games this week. Leading off with at 12:30. Interesting, the league really loves to put the Storm in the best windows. They've got their best matchup of the whole week at the 12:30 slot. Battlehawks go to DC at 12:30 on ABC. What are we doing?
I don't like it. Wrong one. Sorry, producing on the fly there. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it because it's the second time that you're kind of. I get one time because of scheduling conflicts, but you got to put this rivalry at the top. And St. Louis fan base show up on both ratings and in attendance. Why would you
Right.
just cut them off like that? I don't understand.
Although their attendance is down this year. They're still getting 20K at their games, but they've lost about 10K fan-wise. Also, that real quick, that Thursday night game, the pillow fight is on NFL Network. If they claim more than 100,000 people watch that game, I'm pretty sure they're lying.
Sadly, I'll tell you what the NFL did and succeeded on. I always have that subscription, and I end it by the end of the year because I like to watch a Red Zone, and I re-up my subscription. I will be watching this game on Thursday night.
I will not be.
Hey, it's not that bad though. It's not like ESPN and Fox where they're charging $30. It's like $15 a month. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. Just $15 a month, and I'll watch me some UFL.
There's because like I can't watch all 4 games. I can't. I'm not prioritizing that game. There's just other things I want to do with my life. I'll watch the highlights. I'll have thoughts on it afterwards. But
yeah, I'm gonna try to just watch it and enjoy the product. I kind of like I like the weekday night games. I love it. And you were talking about it earlier.
Sadly, the Tuesday night ratings for last week were not good, but they put it on the equivalent of NFL Network. It was on FS1. Nobody ever knows
Very
how to
similar.
find FS1. No one does. If that was on Fox or ESPN or ABC, it would have pulled. And I know it's not going to be on Fox or ABC midweek. They've got their TV shows, but why throw that on ESPN too? What else you doing on ESPN too?
And we did get some advice. Chucky Valentine joined in on the show on the chat, and he's saying go on YouTube TV, and all of the channels are going to be on that one. I
For
don't have it.
YouTube,
I don't have it,
those
Chucky.
my brother's got it. People I know that have YouTube TV, they love it. YouTube TV is it's pretty good. I don't have it either. We don't watch enough TV to justify that. So we just have a couple streamers that we pull up here and there, but YouTube TV is good. Then Chucky, thanks for joining. Please smash that like button. Send the link to a friend. We're happy you're here. We hope you stick around.
And then we got Tyler. He says, "Hey, don't take my disc golf off the stepchild ESPN 5." I don't get the joke.
Do you mean, was he supposed to say ESPN the Ocho? Because ESPN's not. I like playing disc golf. I don't know if I've ever watched disc golf more than random highlights, but I would like to think ESPN can do a little better with UFL over disc golf.
If disc golf starts beating the UFL, we're in trouble. It's going to turn into a disc golfing podcast. And Tyler, you're more than welcome to join. we need your hot disc golf takes. So yeah. Anyway, fun with the chat.
Yeah. Oh, so, Chuck, he did also say he's taking he likes the Dallas money line with the over under at 47.5. So yeah.
I think that's really good. So yeah, back to I guess. I'm sorry, me and Rob, we're easily distracted. You guys are doing good. Love it. St. Louis Battlehawks, DC Defenders. Now they're going DC Defenders -4.5. Rob, what are you thinking on this one?
I'm going Defenders because they're in DC, and you're looking at the two teams whose home crowd actually is a factor. Because DC Defenders, they don't bring in the numbers of the Battlehawks, but their diehards are loud, they're mighty, they're wasted.
I love them.
Because those beers,
yeah,
they're building that beer snake. Those beers are still like $12-15 a beer. It's not like they're $5 beers. So I hope they're finding their way to their cycling afterwards. That's all I'm going to ask for DC Defenders. But ultimately, these are two very good teams. I absolutely love this rivalry. I will be tuning into this game. Defenders have the better quarterback situation, and it's that close of a call. I'm surprised it's a 4.5 spread. I would have thought this would have been a pick 'em, or maybe give the Defenders a -1 or 2 because they're at home. Give me the Defenders.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. Somewhat, I just think the DC Defenders are a put together team, and obviously, I think Vegas is a little nervous about Harrison Frost starting off in his first start of the season. So I think they're freaked out about that, and they're just not sure what to think. Battlehawks they've got problems. This isn't really they might make the playoffs. I'm not denying that. I think they're one of the better teams in the UFL, but DC Defenders, I think, are just 10 times more complete. Te'amo's not even having a great year so far, and he's already 2-1 because the running game is just working all across the board. So I love the DC Defenders on this. I kind of get why they're doing the 4.5 points. I would pick the DC Defenders to win this one, and especially because they lost at the Battle Dome. They've got to respond after something like that just to keep that team motivated, and I don't think they left the field happy there. So they're going to try to take it out on the Battlehawks, and the DC Defenders should get a big win. Also, one concern that I have with the Battlehawks, they aren't the best at stopping the run, and Deion Jackson is having a hell of a year. So Deion Jackson should be able to do some damage against the Battlehawks.
Now, chat, don't think that was crazy analysis right there. All that analysis was doing was hiding the fact that Nick is camping on his 2-game lead. No, yeah, I think you're spot on. I think you're spot on. I think everything you're saying is right. Your analysis is always great. If the
I,
defenders lose, we're going to be very confused when we talk to y'all on Tuesday.
yeah, and I will. If I increase my lead at any point on this, Rob, I'm okay with making it a rule where the leader has to make the first pick. I'll do that. We could both do that just to show that I'm.
I Oh, it's all good. I also know that you're picking legitimately, and we're seeing things. We're seeing things similarly this week so far, which leads us
Yeah,
to our nightcap game.
I got it
And
somewhere. Good.
Storm Stallions. Nick, I want you to go first because I'm still thinking.
I'd be
And yeah,
shocked.
Chucky, you are right. DC is surging right now. I'm. I feel like I expect them to be the number 2 seed going into the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, DC I think is going to end up there, and I love your power rankings, Rob, because you moved them up pretty quickly. You said we're skipping all this and moving them straight up. I don't really care about Orlando being 3-0.
No.
So here's the weird thing about this game is the fact that the Birmingham Stallions, who I don't think have been playing that well this season, are now
No.
the favorites, I guess, because they're home, and Rob is intimidated by that Stallions home field advantage. I know he
It's
talks
the
about it all
worst
the
in the
time.
league.
Oh,
The worst in the league.
not a fan. Okay, all right. So he's not intimidated, and neither are the Orlando Storm. I'm going Orlando Storm. I think they're going to be able to win this. They're just, again, it's about complete teams. I think the defense is a lot better. I love what Anthony Beck's doing with not Jake Plummer. I said it right that time. Jack Plummer in that offense. I think he's doing a really good job developing the run. He knows how to even stop pressure. Anthony Beck is just schematically a very smart coach, and I think he's just going to attack him well. And I don't think the Stallions defense is that structured. And the only reason why they're playing as somewhat well as they are is just because they have a great quarterback, Matt Corral, out there. And I don't think he can keep them up in a game like this.
Yeah.
So give me Storm.
So here's the thing. I think you are spot on. I think you're correct. However, one of the things that was disappointing last year, and it's I think one of the reasons why Repoli is trying to add teams as quickly as he can, is with 2 weeks to go, the playoffs were set. If if Orlando wins this one and things play out the way we expect them to, through 4 weeks, the playoffs will, barring injuries, the playoffs are going to be set. Come on. Come on, UFL. I don't want that. I don't need that. Plus,
tinfoil hat.
AJ McCarron. AJ McCarron. If there's one thing that he loves, it's Alabama. And he knows that to keep this team in Alabama, they need to win. And he gave up running for lieutenant governor because he thought he could do more good for the state of Alabama by being the head coach of the UFL, Birmingham Stallions. And you picked the other team, so give me the Stallions. I think the Storm are going to win. I think the Storm are going to win. I'm picking the Stallions for the good of the league, for the good of our picks contest.
You know, chat, in case you guys are thinking, what is Rob doing? He's not being logical here. He did something similar to this in the NFL, and I think he ended up beating me in the picks by the end of the year. So sometimes don't let the magic happen. Let Rob cook, okay? And I think that's what's happening over here, and I'm starting to get nervous. I'm not going to lie.
When I'm not
getting me in my head.
against the spread, when I'm not picking against the spread, when I'm just picking money line, when I just got to pick winners, I'm going to win more often than I'm going to lose. And for honestly, like literally for the good of the league, I can't believe I'm saying this. Birmingham has to win this week.
Go back to the one you hate. You know, you almost hate them so much you love them, Rob, at this point.
And exactly,
what would you do without
wants
them?
the playoff set. 4 weeks in, and they wouldn't. Nothing would be officially locked in. It's just when you look at the records, and there'd be such a clear delineation that short of injuries, I mean, the four top teams would have to play barely 500 the rest of the way, and they'd be playoff teams. Arguably, they could probably play under 500 and make the playoffs.
And I agree with you, Rob. I'm just going to stick to my logical pick. I'm going to go the Storm are going to win it just because that's what I think is going to happen. But I am kind of agreeing, and I kind of hope you're right about this. I almost want the Stallions to win it just because, again, for the good of the league, let's make it entertaining, a photo finish for playoff seeding and all that stuff. Because last year we had 2 weeks of talking about nothing in the UFL because the playoffs were already set, and I don't want that to happen this year.
We had a hard time coming up with things to talk about. We started talking a lot of things that weren't UFL because of that.
Yeah. Speaking of which, want to talk some things about not UFL?
Yeah, let's do it. There's sports out